Hey, what's up, my YouTube fam? I'm back. This is Larry with Invest and Build Your Credit and Wealth. Today, we're going to be talking about bankruptcy removals. I did this video about 8 months ago, got a lot of good comments. It's time for me to do an update. There's some new strategies, some new things that you can do, some changing stuff around a little bit that make things much more effective for you to reach your goal in getting these bankruptcies removed. So I want to cover that. But first, I want to say thank you for all my new subscribers coming to the channel. I appreciate y'all. Let's share this information. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit the bell for notifications. I really appreciate when y'all subscribe to the channel. At least hit the bell so you know when I get videos so you can watch it. It's really important for us to share good information, not to hide it. Send it out. Share this information, and please subscribe to the channel. But without further ado, let's get into this. So the first thing we want to talk about bankruptcies. You have a Chapter 7 and a Chapter 13. A Chapter 7 is when they typically write off all your debt, and you typically have to be under a certain income level, like $45,000 a year, maybe even $50,000 a year. If you're under that, you can apply for a Chapter 7. The good thing is they wipe your debt, but the bad thing about it is a Chapter 7 can report for 10 years. So if you did a bankruptcy at 20, it's going to stay on your credit report until you're 30. It's a long time. Then you have a Chapter 13. With Chapter 13, you make over that limit, and so they want to put you on a payment plan. So they send each little creditor who's on your bankruptcy a little bit of money every month, and you're on a payment plan, typically 4, 5, or 6 years. But that bankruptcy only stays on your credit report for 7 years, right? So now it's not as long, but still 7 years is a long time. But it meets other negative requirements of other negative information that can report for 7 years. So what do we want to do? Man, we don't want to wait 10 or 7 years. We want to try to get this bankruptcy off as many credit reporting agencies as possible. If we can get it off one, we can get it off two. If we can get it off two, we can get it off three, right? Because they all supposed to be relating this information that this bankruptcy has been removed, right? So what should you do? First step, you want to pull your third-party bureaus, LexisNexis, LCI. You can't freeze LCI, but you can still request their report. Advanced Resolution, CoreLogic, Stagestream. You want to pull all of those reports, right? The next thing, people don't tell you to do this, but the next thing, go register for Pacer. You as a consumer can register for Pacer. Go register for Pacer so you can view your bankruptcy. You've already requested all the third parties. Now you're viewing your bankruptcy. Case number, when the date it was filed, you have the actual court. So now the actual bankruptcy document. So now that's a reference point for the stuff that's reporting. Is it accurate? Is it inaccurate? Because now you actually can see the court documents, right? After you register for PACES, you've looked at it, and after you received all the third-party bureaus, now you're going to start looking over each one. Which one has my bankruptcy? Which one has the addresses that are linked to my bankruptcy? You're going to start identifying that. Now that you got those identified and you have the addresses linked to the bankruptcy, the first thing you want to do is you want to go and then dispute the addresses. Now, if you live, it's hard to dispute the address you actually live at, right? You got to be careful with that because you probably got other accounts linked to that address. But if you don't no longer live at that address, you should be disputing that address. Dispute that address. First thing, you dispute that address that it's linked to that bankruptcy, right? And with the third party, they're easy to get that stuff off the third parties. It's harder because the credit bureaus use the third party to verify address. So once you get those addresses off your third parties, you've already unlinked the bankruptcy that's reported on the third party to that bankruptcy. Now you can start, now that you got the addresses, now you can start going after after the bankruptcy that's on LexisNexis, LCI, CoreLogic, Stagestream, because now you disassociated the address. It's not the address, they didn't deleted it, right? So after you done disputed all the addresses, you got all the addresses off, and now you're disputing the bankruptcy. You're starting to dispute the bankruptcy. Now you got the bankruptcy removed off the reports. Now the next thing you want to do is now you're going to be moving to the big credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, Innovis. Now, what you want to do there is you want to start disputing the addresses on that account on the big credit bureaus. You want to start going after that address because you didn't remove it off the third parties. They can't verify from the third party, so now you want to remove it. You got the addresses removed, right? You got the addresses deleted, right? Off all the credit bureaus. Again, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, Innovis. Now that the addresses are removed, now you want to write a letter to the bankruptcy court because now you want to start getting that in position. So now you want to go and now it may take you 2, 3. I think when I did it, it took me like 3 letters. And then finally they responded because I did my bankruptcy in Houston, Texas. So when they responded, it was about 3 letters and they finally responded. I think after 3 weeks, I didn't get a response. I sent another one. Then after 3 weeks, or maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I sent another one. And I finally got it back. They was like, man, this dude's going to keep sending letters to respond. Please respond. So I got one. And I did that then because by the time I was working this other stuff, that letter would be in place. I've already got the dispute letter from the third parties. I've already got the addresses removed. Now I'm getting ready to start working on the other area of my credit report, the addresses. So I went ahead and sent that letter, right? So the next thing you want to do is you want to start disputing the accounts that are linked to the bankruptcy. You still ain't ready to dispute that bankruptcy. So now you want to dispute the accounts that are linked, right? You want to look, there's that many misinformation, something is not reported. Maybe you have a chapter 7, they're still reporting a balance. You don't have a balance. They wipe that balance. It'd be 0. Right? You no longer owe that balance, but you're paying them. So you want to look at any inaccuracy. Is the 2-year payment history complete? Is there missing information? You want to dispute that stuff. Do you want to try to get anything disputed that is linked to that bankruptcy off your credit report? So see me looking down because I got a lot of notes. And then once you dispute the accounts, and you can get the link to bankruptcy off, because even with all the negative, you want to get the this account is included in the bankruptcy. You want to get those removed off as much as you can. Any account, you want to get that. It's linked to a chapter 7. It's linked to a chapter 13. And a lot of times when you see 7 or 13, that's a red flag that they're not even sure what kind of bankruptcy you have. So they just put both of them in there. That's inaccurate. It's either one or the other. So you have to look at your credit reports and start disputing, what is this 7 or 13? I never apply. I don't have a chapter 7. I don't have a chapter 13. You just need to dispute the information that is linked on there, right? So after maybe you got 2 or 3 accounts deleted, but you got all the accounts that said linked to bankruptcy, you got that comment deleted. So you don't have that. So now you unlink those accounts to the bankruptcy, right? Now, the only person that can continue to link it like that is the original creditor, right? The original creditor may try to fight that and keep that on it, but you still need to try to get that removed off of your credit report. I got all of those that said link to bankruptcy. I got all of them said, including bankruptcy, I got them removed, right? So after you do that, you unlink the accounts that said included in bankruptcy. Maybe you got account deleted because it was just reporting seriously inaccurate. Now you want to go freeze all those credit reports. Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, Innovis. Now you want to freeze those accounts. You want to make it hard for these people to be communicating among each other. Last, you want to start reviewing your credit report for any inaccuracies, right? You want to start looking to make sure any inaccuracy, anything that you possibly can fix or change on there that make it that disassociated from the bankruptcy, right? Then you got all that done. You got your addresses off the regular credit reports, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, Innovis. You got that. You got the accounts unlinked. You got the stuff removed off the third parties. You already looked at Pacer. You know what's saying on your on your bankruptcy. You got all of that. Now you start disputing the bankruptcy. Now you start disputing the bankruptcy. And now you're going to attack is this not the how are you going to verify this bankruptcy, because it's not on any third parties. They're not going to the courts. You got the letter saying you can't go to the courts because they don't even report to you. I know you're not getting it off LexisNexis because it's no longer on LexisNexis. Matter of fact, I've even got it removed from LCI, right? So now you bring all that into the play. You have, hey, look, I got a letter from LexisNexis. I got a letter from the courts. I got stuff unleaked. Where are you verifying this bankruptcy at? And you want to do your due diligence. Don't stop disputing it. Do not stop. I've seen where you get, you get them off 2. Once you get them off 2, you have a better chance of getting it off the 3rd one. But those are the steps. Those are all the steps that you need to take verbatim, step by step by step, to give you a chance to get it. People don't talk about LCI. They're difficult. They try to be hard-headed, but they are a credit bureau. They have to give you the information. They have to dispute the information. It falls under the Fair Credit Reporting. They are a credit reporting agency, and they have to when you send a dispute, they have to go through the dispute process. I've had some clients say, well, they said they're not gonna. No, they can't do that. They cannot tell a consumer that they can't dispute any information. So hopefully this I know it was a quick video, but I wanted to go through it because this is really good information. That Pacer, go register for Pacer. Go look at your bankruptcy. Right, go look at it. It give you better to what is off. Maybe the case number is off. Maybe the date it was filed is off. You definitely need to go into Pacer and look at your bankruptcy. But I just want to say thank y'all. Hopefully that this information will help you out. Like, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, you know the deal. Email me. All this information is in my master dispute package. If you want that master dispute package, shoot me an email. It's got tons of information, tons of stuff in there that is a lot that will help you get on your credit repair journey. Believe me, I'm putting real valuable stuff in there, a lot of information. Some people say I should be charging way more than what I charge, but that's not what I'm about. I'm about making sure you get this information. So if you got any questions, please email me. I'm here to help you. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in a minute because I'm out.